Not to encourage a drinking game and people getting drunk or anything, but right off the bat, I just want to start by saying whenever you hear the term permanence code used in this movie, take a shot. You'll get extremely wasted by the end. Tron Ares is the third Tron movie and one that people have been clamoring for forever. This type of story though, I don't know if this is the story that they wanted, but everybody's been clamoring for a third Tron movie forever. It took 30 years to do a Tron trilogy, but here we are. This one does not star any of the characters from Legacy. This stars instead Jared Leto, Greta Lee, Evan Peters, and Jeff Bridges comes back as Kevin Flynn. A highly sophisticated program called Ares is sent from the digital world into the real world on a dangerous mission, marking humankind's first encounter with AI beings. I've always thought Tron was really cool. It's this thing that has a lot of high concepts in it that, kind of get lost in the shuffle of how overcomplicated the plot is. But I honestly think Tron Legacy is a better movie than the original Tron. I was, in a way, excited for this, even though I'm not a mega Tron fan. Wait a minute. Did I just make a Transformers reference? I'm kind of proud of myself for that. So I have no attachment to Tron whatsoever. But I went into this, I was like, that looks cool. Like, it looks like Tron stuff, doing Tron things. So let's check out Tron Ares. And Tron Ares, yeah, well, I don't think it's as bad as critics are saying. Well, let's just get the negatives out of the way first. First of all, you have such a basic generic script here that is so hollow, that thinks it's above surface level, and it has nothing new to say about AI, even though it thinks it does. You've seen this all 100 times before. You are not going to see anything new regarding AI in Tron Ares. In fact, it might even take a pro AI stance, which is kind of sad, but not surprising coming from Disney, since Bob Iger was one of the ones pushing for AI during the writer's strike. The plot's just really dull, though. I mean, it's really just a big MacGuffin plot, and for the whole time, they're repeating one term, different term, then back to the first term that they were using, which is what I was kind of referencing in the cold open for this review, the permanence code. That's essentially what they're after. It's a MacGuffin in this movie, and yeah, I don't know how our characters are just wrapped into this story. It doesn't do a good way of setting up the characters and their importance to the story, nor does it have good characters. What a waste of Greta Lee, man. God, she was so good in past lives, and it seemed like that she was going to be the next big up and coming talent, and she still can be. I'm glad that she's got a big movie like Tron from a big studio like Disney that she is in, but man, you completely wasted her talents in this movie. I really don't understand how you don't use her to her full potential and how you don't craft a compelling character around her. She is very good in the movie. She emotes a lot. She gets the best out of what the material that is given to her she has, but I mean, there's nothing really there in terms of character. There's nothing really there in terms of Evan Peters' character. He's just a mustache twirling villain doing cartoony things. He's very cartoony in the movie. He's very calm, and then he'll just shout like Nicolas Cage, and it's kind of hilarious. Jared Leto, I don't think was great. I don't think he was bad. He was very stoic and robotic, as I would think you would be in a role like this. And you'll see what I mean. He plays Ares. He's not accustomed to being in the real world, so he's trying to assess the situation, try to see what actually happens in real life situations, and it actually makes sense. I'm not a big fan of Jared Leto, but I honestly did not hate him in this movie. The way the movie played out, I was just like, this is kind of the best they got for Tron. Like, I don't know, it just felt so low stakes to me. It didn't feel like anything was very high stakes. It didn't feel high tension. There wasn't a lot to the actual story. Like, it's like a little subplot in a video game or a side quest that doesn't pertain to anything, but they just spread that out into a 2-hour movie, and it really amounts to nothing. That's kind of how I feel. That's really how dull the screenplay is. That's how dull the characters are. That's just how dull the movie surrounding all the things that are good is. I don't really have all that much else to say about how this movie's written, but what I will say is that I really did enjoy Nine Inch Nails' score. There were a couple of moments with their score, and particularly in the action scenes, where I felt like a traditional musical score would have been really good. I got to go back though and watch Tron Legacy again because Daft Punk did the score for that movie. So I got to kind of compare Daft Punk to Nine Inch Nails, see if Nine Inch Nails really fits into the world of Tron. But like, you would think that Nine Inch Nails fits into the world of Tron, like this industrial rock band kind of scoring a movie that is like a techno industrial sci-fi actioner. That's a perfect combo right there. And a lot of the scenes, they had a lot going on. I was bopping my head to the music. I like Nine Inch Nails anyways. Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, they're awesome. I like a lot of their film scores. I like a lot of Nine Inch Nails' music. I mean, the first time I heard them was Wanted with Every Day is Exactly the Same. So I've kind of followed Nine Inch Nails. Not a hardcore fan, but that's what really made me discover Nine Inch Nails then. So, and it was a lot different from what I listened to at the time. And now I'm kind of all over the place, branching out with my musical tastes. And Nine Inch Nails never ceases to disappoint. Action scenes are really cool. They're slick, they're not sloppy. They look really clean. They're polished, as is the visual effects. This is one of the best visually looking movies of the year, maybe in quite a while. They really took the time to polish the CGI. They took their time to clean up everything with visual effects and special effects. Everything from that technical aspect looks really good. The action scenes are really fun, which is probably why I'm going around like the negatives I have with the movie, because the action, the score, and the visuals are what actually kind of got me like on this movie's side a little bit. If it didn't have any of that, I would tell you that this is a terrible ass movie. It has those things going for it, and those are probably the three constant things that people are going to say are the positives in their reviews. Maybe the two. I don't know how people feel about the action, but those three for me were kind of like the saving grace of the movie. Made me have fun. Like a lot of the dialogue in this movie is a bunch of techno mumble jumbo that I have no clue what they're saying. They convolute it all by using that type of terminology and vocabulary, and you really can't follow the plot after a while, but you're kind of just immersed into the world of Tron and all these visual effects and how cool everything looks. Like, that is what this movie is. It's just cool, if you know what I mean. Like, it's a relaxing, cool type of like immersive movie. And I like that about Tron Ares. I really like that about Tron Ares. There's just nothing to dig below the surface of that hollow script with dull characters and a dull message about AI, and honestly, a pretty tone deaf message about AI. All the other three aspects save it. I like the action, I like the music, and I like the visual effects. This is definitely worse than the first one, though. This is easily the weakest of the three Tron movies, but if this makes enough money, I would be down to see another Tron movie. I mean, Tron can be like it's showing that it can be a cool sci-fi concept, and it's got really cool visuals in all three of them, honestly. Like 1982 original Tron, that was groundbreaking at the time. If this makes enough money, I would like to see another one. Just bring in a different writer and bring in maybe the characters from Legacy. You can mix them with Greta Lee, hammer out Greta Lee's character a lot more, and give her something to actually do, because she's on like one mission in this movie and she doesn't do much on that mission, unfortunately. I wouldn't mind if this makes a lot of money. If it doesn't make money, they're not going to make more. That's just how Disney rolls. But I did enjoy Tron Ares with half a bucket of popcorn. I know everybody's wanting me to say that this is going to be slop because it's Disney, but again, as I said in one of my other reviews recently, I'm here to be honest. Maybe my thoughts over time will change. Who knows? But there were moments where I had fun, and essentially, like, it's immersive. It's cool. I like Tron. Tron looks really cool like that. I've always thought that even with the problems the original Tron movie had, it was cool. It was a cool concept, and I think they had the concepts down. They just have to hammer out the execution of those concepts. So if you have seen Tron Ares, let me know what you think of it in the comments below. I'll leave my link to my website in the description below as well. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. My name is Alex Madden, and I will see you at the movies somewhere.